Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jenna, and today we are going to be talking about what I learned and what I think you should know about traveling with a baby. So the type of travel I'm talking about is flying, but some of this could be applicable to car rides too, but we flew, so that's what I'm going to be talking about. So recently my husband and I went to Arizona with our almost 4-month-old daughter, and we flew. It was her first time flying, and we haven't flown in a long time either, so this was a big learning experience for all of us. It was a 3-hour plane ride. There's a lot of things that I asked other people because I didn't know, and there was a lot of things that I learned along the way, so I thought I would share them in case you need help too. So we are not really experienced flyers. Both my husband and I have flown a few times, and both of us have flown on very, very long flights, international flights. But again, we haven't flown like by ourselves, and we're not like super experienced. So we just had to kind of learn as we went along, especially with the baby. That made it different too. First, I want to talk about the airport. So airports are really busy, and it's just easy if you wear your baby. So if you have a carrier that you like, do that. It makes things so much easier, and you can almost always wear it through TSA, through security. I just walked through security with my baby on me, and that made things really easy because then I could walk throughout the whole airport with her too, and I didn't have to worry about pushing a stroller or carrying a car seat or anything. So that just made it really easy. But I would suggest not using a carrier with metal rings on it, but wraps work, slings work, heavy duty carriers work. Just whatever you're comfortable with. It makes things really easy. Even if you can't wear it through security, you can still wear it throughout the airport. And that brings me to my second point, which is check your baby gear. So checking any baby gear is free, I believe, at all airlines. So car seat, stroller, car seat base. I don't know about pack and plays, but for sure car seat and car seat base and strollers. Those are all free to check, and I would really recommend checking those because then you don't have to carry them through the airport. You don't have to worry about them on the plane or anything. I don't even know where they go if you bring them on the plane. But yeah, checking them is free, and it makes it super easy because you just ship it off and you don't have to worry about it until you get to your destination. So I would recommend that. And the last thing that kind of goes along with like the airport, your diaper bag does not count as your personal item or carry-on, I believe. So I'm almost positive you'll probably want to double check your diaper bag you can bring on along with your personal item and your carry-on. So I would double check just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure you can bring your diaper bag along with those other two things. And that's really helpful so that you don't have to cram everything into one bag if you're not checking a bag. And then now on to the plane. So one thing that I brought on the plane is antibacterial wipes, which thank goodness for those because planes are disgusting. I got this tip from my sister-in-law, thanks Keely. But I brought antibacterial wipes, and I just wiped down the seat, the trays, the armrests, everything. So those were really nice to have just to make me feel more cleanly. The next tip I have is to bring a pacifier clip. If your baby uses a binky, pacifier, whatever you want to call it, then bring a strap that clips onto their clothes, because we did not do that, and I can't tell you how many times her pacifier fell on the floor of the plane, and I had to like wipe it off with my shirt and just like pray she didn't get sick because I didn't bring any pacifier wipes. Also, there's a couple times where it fell like under our seats and we couldn't reach it for a long time, and it would have been much easier if we brought a pacifier clip. So do yourself a favor and pack one of those because you'll probably need it, and it will probably save you a lot of lost pacifiers. Then the other things that I think you should bring on the plane for your baby is, of course, if they're old enough for this. If you're bringing a very newborn, they're probably not going to be interested in toys or books or anything. But some older babies, like 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months and above, they can enjoy books and pictures, toys, loveys, whatever. So I really wish we would have brought a book on the plane because our baby loves books. She likes to look at the pictures, and she likes to, like, we don't even have to read it. She just likes to look at the pictures and touch the pages. And so I really wish we would have brought that. But one thing we did bring that was super helpful was a little teething mitt that helped a lot for when she got fussy. And then we also brought her stuffed animal blanket thing that she likes to snuggle for naps. Let me list those a little bit more orderly. So I've got bring books, teething toys, regular toys, rattles, obviously not super loud ones because you don't want to disrupt people on the plane, blanket, and did I say stuffed animal? I don't know, stuffed animal. Those are all really helpful to keep your baby entertained, especially if it's a longer flight. The next thing you're definitely going to want to bring on the plane is a changing pad, because the bathrooms do normally have a changing table, but they're disgusting, and I would not want to put my baby's bare little butt on a changing table that a bunch of other babies' bare little butts have been on. And then also, this is helpful in the airport because, again, just gross. There's so many germs, and I don't know. I just feel better about having my own changing pad to lay on top of the changing table. It made me feel better about the germs and stuff. Maybe I'm just like a germaphobe. I don't know. I feel like I'm worried about germs so much, but that's my little tip. So my last couple of tips about the flight and flying revolve around feeding your baby. So you're gonna wanna feed your baby during takeoff and landing, and if you can't feed your baby, like if they just ate or something, then make sure they're sucking on a binky or pacifier because their ears will pop, and sometimes that makes them fussy and makes their ears hurt. So just try to make sure that your baby is eating or chewing on something as you're taking off and landing. Imagine how bad our ears pop, and we know what's going on. We know to yawn to fix it or swallow to fix it, but little babies, they've got such tiny ears and they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to fix it. So feeding your baby at takeoff or landing will help them a lot. If you are uncomfortable nursing on the plane, my suggestion would be to get a manual pump. So I have the Haka, and it's like $9 at Target or online, and I just pumped in the airport right before we boarded, and then we fed her a bottle at takeoff. And I'm just a little bit uncomfortable feeding with a cover, not because I think it's inappropriate or anything. I just feel, me myself, I feel more comfortable feeding her with a bottle in front of people I don't know, and so I did pump a little bit before we boarded on one of our flights, and that was much easier. But yeah, if you are uncomfortable, make sure you plan ahead and pump a little bit before you board and right before you land, because that will make it easier on you. Those are all my tips for flying and boarding. And then on to packing. These are just really basic, and probably you know these, but the most important thing that I learned was to be prepared for sleeping arrangements. So we don't co-sleep at home, and I didn't want to start at the hotel because I was afraid that she would like that better and then not sleep in her bassinet at home. Before we left, I was thinking like, well, where's she gonna sleep? Should we bring her pack and play and like pay to check it, or is it checking for free? And I just decided I didn't want to deal with checking it. I didn't want it to get broken. I didn't know if it was free. And I read online that most hotels have a crib you can use for free or rent. And so I just banked on that. And we got there, and the only thing our hotel had was this really old, cheap pack and play. And I did not feel comfortable using the pack and play. One, because they didn't have sheets for it that fit it. And so the sheets that we were using on it were like really bulky and loose, and I didn't want my baby to suffocate in them. And then also, my baby can roll, and the lowest part of the pack and play wasn't breathable, and so I just like did not feel comfortable using it. Also, it was not supportive at all. I felt like it was gonna collapse on her, and so I was like really stressed. And so we did co-sleep the first night. I rolled up like a blanket and pillow in between us so that we didn't roll on her. And then we went and bought, whoa, my hair. And then we went to Target and bought a co-sleeper that was safe to use. I just wish we would have been more prepared and either checked our pack and play or been prepared and bought our own before we went, just because that caused a lot of stress the first day and first night for me. But I don't know. I would suggest looking into the hotel you're staying at and seeing if they do have a crib, or checking your own pack and play, or bringing your own co-sleeper like a DockATot, a Snuggle Me Organic, or what's the one we bought? I forgot which one we bought, but I'll link it in the description because we just got it at Target. But that's like my biggest tip for if you're staying in a hotel or somewhere without a crib, is just be prepared for any outcome. The last tip that I have for you is just to pack extra of everything. Babies go through so many clothes, and of course if you're staying with family, you could use their washing machine and dryer and stuff. But if you're staying at a hotel, I think they have washer and dryer, but I just didn't want to deal with that. And so pack way more onesies than you think you'll need, pack way more wipes than you think you'll need, way more bibs, pants, pajamas, anything, diapers. Just make sure you have everything prepared. You don't want to be stressing when you're on vacation or a trip or whatever. So just pack extra, be organized, plan ahead. We did not plan ahead. We left literally the day after we thought of going on the trip, so maybe if I had more time to plan, I wouldn't have been stressing about the sleep situation, and I would have remembered her bibs, her binky clips, all that stuff. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some tips for if you're traveling anytime soon with your baby. If you are an experienced traveler with your baby, I'd love if you'd leave some comments and any tips you have with traveling for any other people who are watching this video. And for me, maybe in the future. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped a little bit. And if you have been watching my videos and you're not subscribed yet, I would love for you to join our itty bitty tiny little family. And feel free to find me on Instagram. I love making new friends on Instagram. And yeah, it would just be fun. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I'll see you next time. Bye!